Hey guys, how's it going? Time for the weekly recap on the portfolio. This week we are sitting at 1,282,631, and we are up 29,900 on the week, a gain of 2.39%. So really nice week. If we zoom out a month, we can see we're up almost 3% on the month. 3 months, I think. Yeah, we're back to the the upward motion, which is what we want to see. Year to date, up 5%. So looking good all around. We had a few changes in the portfolio this week. Nothing major. A few little ads and some new tickers we're watching down here. Uh, just to go over the recurring investments that we're making. These have been slightly adjusted, but now these are pretty much where they're going to be for the coming future. We're doing a recurring buy of $50 every week on VOO, $10 on JEPI, 20 on JEPQ. These are all weekly buys. 50 on SCHD, 40 on IBIT, $5 on SCHD. So we kind of think everything kind of decreased because what I'm trying to do is use what we're making in interest a month. So you can see this already paid out, but we're making about around 750 to 800 dollars in interest off of our cash reserves here, because this is paying just over around 4%. And this is my security. People ask me what I have in cash. I usually keep around 20% of my portfolio in cash right now because they're paying 4%. It's similar to having 20% of your portfolio in bonds in my thing, but it also, if there's any pullbacks, big pullbacks, a black swan event, or I have an emergency, this is basically what that's for. But yeah, going through I have some more stuff. I'm gonna start showing this every week, and so you guys can see what the ups and downs. Right now it's ups, but so that's great to see. But the items in green or red as we go will be the weekly returns. So you can see when we started the weekly updates on 6/19, the portfolio was at 1,242,000, and now we're at 1,282,000. So really crazy and great to see. Like once you start breaking over the hundreds of thousands, the weekly shifts in the portfolio are quite shocking to watch. You kind of get used to it, but the numbers can be quite big. So yeah, this is a new thing on the channel. If you like this, let me know, and we'll just to keep a tab, and it's good for me to see where we're going and where we've been. And then we're gonna go into Snowball Analytics. This is the tool I use to track my portfolio and the total return and everything like that. It has tons of reports, links down below if you guys are interested. I highly recommend this. But we'll go into it. You can see we have the total here, the total profit. That's only since I started tracking it at this. So of course, I've had more years of investing in these accounts than this, but just since I've been in Snowball, which is like maybe a little over 2 years, this is our return so far. And if you hover over, you can see the capital gain, the dividends, realized P&L. Some of the yield max positions actually were pretty positive, right? That I closed like YMAX and Coney, they had made a good amount of money, like 30 to 60%. But when you close that position, you get a negative realized P&L. But you actually made money in dividends. So sometimes these covered call ETFs make this misleading. But yeah, so as you can see here, my core is growth and SCHD, which is my dividend growth, and this is kind of my strategy. I know everyone has something different, but I'm pretty much slowed down on SCHD. Right now, as you can see, I'm only investing $5 a week. I kind of like where this position is at for long term. It's going to grow. I'm going to reinvest the dividends, which is $12,000 a year, which is pretty good. And this can pretty much coast over the next 10, 20 years, and it'll be the projections that I ran on it will be like 2 million plus within just 20 years, hopefully, if everything goes positive. So that puts me in a good place just with dividends from SCHD. And the rest of the portfolio is to see growth. So I have it kind of split between VOO and VTI. VTI, I don't even think I'm investing in that anymore. I forgot if I am, it's a little, but VOO is where I'm investing the most, and IBIT right now. I don't even care where the price is right now for this. Obviously, it's nice to be up this more, but if we're at all-time highs with everything, to be honest. So we either keep pushing up or at some point we have a pullback. But either way, I'm in for it. And right now I'm in investing and holding. So that's where my plan is. And then JEPI and JEPQ are my two other big ones. I recently increased probably like these positions by 20,000, which was a big deal. And this is just to boost the yield in the portfolio because currently, I mean, before our annual number was quite a bit higher, around 83 to 90,000 in passive income, but I didn't need that income at this time because I'm still working. So I wanted to help the burden of taxes a little bit because it didn't really make sense to be bringing in all that income yet. So I'd rather see it in growth for a few years. That's why I weighted these heavier. And I'm going to reinvest the dividends in these so they're there because I still like seeing dividends and want to see these grow. But yeah, IBIT, the CAGR on this is where I want to be. I expect this to grow and probably outperform maybe some of these stocks within the next 5 to 10 years, even with just a small percentage. So, I mean, if that happens, then what I would do is once I get close to retirement, you can shift it into, sell off a portion of it to rebalance into income producing funds so you can just chill, right? We still have our VNQ. We'll be holding this and reinvesting. Degrow is another one that I like. We're holding on to this and reinvesting and kind of staying with anything else. My Polaris position is starting to come back. I think last week we were down 28%. So kind of with, it looks like with spending and with people eyeing maybe cuts coming sooner and debt being easier for these smaller businesses. Once that happens, these and tariffs, so the two things affecting like smaller companies like this and some of the companies in SCHD is lending rates and tariffs. So it kind of put them on a haul, and like that's a big reason why SCHD was underperforming this cycle compared to the S&P 500 and other stuff. And SCHG, we are growing this position. I think we're at 40 or 50 dollars a week into this, so we're looking to grow this. And MSTY, this is a nice yielder that I've been having fun with. Of course, I added. I'll go into these two in a second too. But yeah, you can see right now. Actually, Ex-Dividend was yesterday, so MSTY took had a pullback. It kind of the price adjusts based off of the dividend that's paid, basically. So we saw that, and now the capital gain is down. It's a little under my entry. I think it was like 2060 this morning. But you can see the dividends. I don't even think the dividends that are getting paid out are not counted in here yet. But still doing really good, 19%. And I haven't held this for that long, so pretty cool. I like MSCY. If you've watched any of my videos, I went back and forth on, but I like it, and I'll continue to watch it and see what happens with it. And I also have been adding some other ETFs down here that I'm watching. So SSK is something that I'm going to start to slowly build a position in. This is Solana Staking by Rex, and I'll go into this just so you can see. Rex Osprey Sol plus Sol Staking ETFs. Now it says no dividends or anything right now. The fund just launched yesterday, and but this is going to pay a monthly dividend, and that dividend is going to come from the staking rewards that were earned. So right now the yield on Solana like on chain is around 6 to 9%, depending on what validators are using, how it's working. I'm not entirely sure how these guys are doing it yet. I'm sure more information will come out soon. But yeah, that's the gist of it. And this should pay a dividend, and we'll see how this looks. So I would assume for this to be around 7%. But that's not like return of capital, or I mean, they might pay it out as return of capital, but this is not going to have NAV decay like that. It's going to follow the Solana price index, just like it is on chain. So that's pretty cool. So I would assume after Bitcoin, Solana is the most used crypto chain. It has the most users and has been seeing the most growth. So I'm pretty bullish on it. And to see it in an ETF, it's been getting really good volume and demand. I like ETH, but I think this is taking. I'm a little more bullish on Sol. Palantir, I started one share with all these guys down here just to track them and see what they're doing over here from a total return. Total return perspective. I picked ULTY back up. I guess I did own ULTY at once, and I sold it right about at break even, which makes sense because I do remember holding that all the way down. But now we have a share of this, and yeah, I think what I'm gonna do with these is just kind of hold them at one, and maybe if they drop, I'll dollar cost average in. So like I started with one share, and this was down like 10% from my entry pretty quickly. So all these are kind of high. The underlines are kind of high, like I said. So I'm not in a hurry, but maybe I'll start slowly picking up some small positions of these as I go, but more or less just to track them. But yeah, so that's all I got for today, guys. Any links for the stuff that we're using is in the description below. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for tuning into these weekly updates.